There are moments in life when everything feels hollow. The things that used to excite you no longer bring joy. Dreams feel distant. Goals seem meaningless. You wake up and ask yourself, why even try? But what if this feeling isn't a sign that something's wrong? What if it's a call to arms? A quiet signal to look deeper, not outward for a new purpose, but inward for your ruling principle. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of?" When the outer world loses its color, perhaps it's your reason asking you to pause and take command. In this video, we'll explore how to stay motivated even when life feels empty. Not by forcing yourself to stay positive, but by reconnecting to a deeper source of strength, one rooted in duty, reason, and small, steady actions. Let's begin. When life feels meaningless, our instinct is to resist it. We think, something's wrong. I shouldn't feel this way. But Stoic wisdom teaches that this feeling of emptiness often arises when we have placed our good in things external to us. When those things fail or fade, a void is left. Instead of asking, how do I get rid of this feeling? Try asking, what duty has my reason neglected? What virtue can I practice right now? Sometimes the motivation we're looking for doesn't come from finding a new grand passion, but from simply doing the next right thing. When your world feels directionless, don't look for a grand mission. Look for the smallest next duty. There's an old story of a Roman soldier in a forgotten outpost, long after the war was thought to be over. When asked why he still polished his armor every morning, he said, "Because it is my duty. Not for praise, not for a coming battle, just to be excellent in his post." Sometimes our motivation is reborn through simple, virtuous acts. Washing a dish with full attention, fulfilling a promise, helping a neighbor, being just, even when it's hard. Meaning isn't always found in big plans. Often, it's forged in the disciplined execution of your duty, right here, in this moment. One of the greatest sources of suffering is the belief that we must always feel inspired. But the truth is, motivation is a fleeting passion. Duty is a steadfast principle. Stoic teaching reminds us that attaching our well-being to feelings is a root of suffering. If you're attached to the idea that life should always feel meaningful, then the moment you feel lost, you'll judge that you fail. But you haven't failed. You are simply human. And part of the human condition is moving through seasons, some full of light, some full of fog. You don't have to feel good to move forward. You just have to act virtuously, one rational choice at a time. We often wait for the right feeling before we act. We say, I'll write when I'm inspired. But Stoic wisdom teaches us to focus on the integrity of the action itself, not the outcome or the feeling. Don't wait to feel good. Choose one small duty and do it with excellence. That might be writing for 5 minutes, sitting in silence to order your thoughts, going for a disciplined walk, or making your bed. Let the ritual of doing your duty well become the reward. Over time, these small practices rebuild self-respect, and that respect becomes the foundation for steady resolve, the kind that survives storms. When life feels meaningless, it can feel like you're the only one, but you're not. Even the great Stoics, philosophers, emperors, statesmen walked through the same fog. Periods of doubt, exhaustion, emptiness. The gem, one of Stoicism's most powerful symbols, is not found polished. It is perfected through friction. The mud, the pressure, the hardship, that is part of the process. Your current struggle is not the end. It's the forge. And sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is simply keep going. So, if you're feeling lost today, don't rush to fix it. Don't bury it with noise. Instead, slow down, breathe, return to the smallest act of duty, and let that be enough for now. Because meaning isn't something you find once and keep forever. It's something you forge, piece by piece, moment by moment, with reason, with courage, with virtue. And remember, you are not alone. We are walking this path together. If this message brought you even a little fortitude, consider subscribing and take one step closer to the unconquerable soul already within you.